Welcome back to Insurance Talk Texas, the show where we break down what North Texas families and business owners actually need to know about protecting what matters most. I'm here with the team from Schell Insurance, and today we're diving into something that keeps a lot of small business owners up at night: cyber liability insurance. Because here's the thing, most people think hackers only go after big corporations.
That could not be further from the truth, and honestly, it's one of the most dangerous misconceptions out there. Small businesses are actually a preferred target. They've got valuable customer data, but they usually don't have the security budget of a Fortune 500 company. So from a professional standpoint, a small law office in Frisco or a medical billing company in McKinney can be just as exposed as a massive retailer.
Let's talk numbers for a second, without getting into pricing. What we see in the industry is that a huge share of all cyber attacks are aimed squarely at small businesses. Ransomware, phishing emails, stolen laptops, even a vendor system getting breached, or an employee accidentally clicking a link that looked like it came from a trusted supplier. And here's what's important to understand. A standard general liability policy or a business owner's policy typically excludes cyber incidents entirely, no matter how the breach actually happened.
Right. That's a gap people don't discover until it's too late. Those policies were built for slip and fall claims and property damage, not for somebody encrypting your entire client database and demanding a ransom. That's exactly why Schell Insurance recommends every business owner sit down and specifically ask about standalone cyber coverage or a cyber endorsement.
And Texas has real teeth behind this too. Under the Texas Identity Theft and Protection Act, businesses that experience a breach involving sensitive personal information have to notify affected Texas residents, and that clock starts the moment the breach is discovered.
That's such an important detail. The notification window is 60 days from discovery, not 60 days from when you finish investigating. If a breach affects 250 or more Texas residents, the business also has to notify the Texas Attorney General's office directly through an online form. Miss that deadline, and you're looking at civil penalties that add up fast for every single day of noncompliance.
This is really valuable context because a good cyber liability policy actually helps cover those notification costs, the credit monitoring services you're often required to offer, legal fees, and even public relations support if your reputation takes a hit. It's not just about the hackers, it's about everything that happens after.
Exactly. And there's encouraging news too. Texas lawmakers passed a law creating a liability shield for small businesses that adopt a recognized cybersecurity framework. Essentially, if you can show you had reasonable safeguards in place before a breach, you may be protected from certain punitive damages in a lawsuit. That's a huge incentive to get proactive rather than reactive.
Which is exactly the kind of thing the folks at Schell Insurance walk clients through every day. They're not just selling a policy. They're helping business owners across Frisco, McKinney, Plano, Prosper, Allen, and throughout Collin and Denton County actually understand their exposure before something goes wrong.
Absolutely. And let's be real, this affects way more businesses than people assume. Any company that takes credit cards, stores customer emails, keeps employee records, or even just uses cloud-based scheduling software has data worth protecting. Healthcare offices, retail shops, contractors with client portals, professional services firms, they're all exposed.
Here's what's important to understand about how these policies actually respond. There's first-party coverage, which handles your own costs like system restoration, lost income during downtime, and ransom negotiation. Then there's third-party coverage, which steps in when a customer or partner sues you because their data was compromised while in your care.
That distinction matters so much because business owners sometimes assume one automatically includes the other. It doesn't. Some policies are heavy on first-party protection but light on the legal defense side, and others flip that around. There's also cyber extortion coverage buried in there, which is huge if ransomware locks you out of your own systems and someone's demanding payment to unlock them. That's the kind of nuance where talking to a real person instead of just clicking through an online quote makes all the difference. Give Schell Insurance a call at 972-423-4546, and they'll walk through your specific setup.
What people need to know is that cyber risk isn't a someday problem, it's a today problem. With so much of North Texas business now running on cloud software, remote access, and digital payment systems, the exposure only keeps growing. The good news is that closing that gap doesn't have to be complicated.
Not at all. Just reach out to Schell Insurance, and their team will look at your current policies, identify where you're exposed, and build coverage that actually fits how your business operates. You can find them online at schellinsurance.com. That's SCHELL insurance.com. Or again by phone at 972-423-4546.
That's such great advice. Before we wrap up, one more professional expression of how urgent this is. From what we understand, the average small business that suffers a serious cyber attack faces significant recovery costs, and in some cases never fully reopens. That's a sobering reality, but it's also completely preventable with the right planning.
It really is preventable, and that's the whole point of this conversation. Whether you run a small retail storefront in Plano, a medical practice in Allen, or a growing contracting business anywhere in Collin or Denton County, cyber liability insurance belongs right alongside your general liability and property coverage, not as an afterthought.
Couldn't agree more. So if you've been putting off that conversation, today's the day to make the call. Reach the team at Schell Insurance at 972-423-4546 or visit SchellInsurance.com. That's SCHELL insurance.com and get a clear picture of where your business stands. Thanks for spending your time with us on Insurance Talk Texas. We'll be back next week with another topic that matters to North Texas families and business owners. Until then, stay protected out there.